Addison Mitchell McConnell Jr. is an American politician, serving since 1985 as the senior United States Senator for Kentucky, and since January 20, 2021 as Senate Minority Leader. He previously served as Majority Leader between January 2015 and January 2021. A member of the Republican Party, McConnell was first elected to the U.S. Senate in 1984, and is the second Kentuckian to serve as a party leader in the Senate. During the 1998 and 2000 election cycles, he was chairman of the National Republican Senatorial Committee. He was elected Majority Whip in the 108th Congress and re-elected to the post in 2004. In November 2006, he was elected Senate Minority Leader, a post he held that until 2015, when Republicans took control of the Senate. McConnell holds conservative political positions, although he was known as a pragmatist and a moderate Republican early in his political career. He led opposition to stricter campaign finance laws, culminating in the Supreme Court ruling Citizens United v. Fake that partially overturned the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act in 2010. McConnell worked to withhold Republican support for major presidential initiatives during the Obama administration, having made frequent use of the filibuster, and blocked many of President Barack Obama's judicial nominees, including Supreme Court nominee Merrick Garland. During the Trump administration, Senate Republicans, under McConnell's leadership, broke a record for largest number of federal appeals court judges confirmed during a president's first 2 years. Among those nominees were Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, all of whom were confirmed to the Supreme Court. After the 2020 United States Senate elections, McConnell returned to the position of Minority Leader. In February 2021, in the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump, McConnell voted to acquit Trump due to an issue concerning constitutional jurisdiction. However, McConnell stated he believed Trump engaged in a disgraceful dereliction of duty, and that there is no question that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the event of that day. McConnell was born February 20, 1942, to Addison Mitchell McConnell Sr. McConnell was born in Sheffield, Alabama, and grew up in nearby Athens, Alabama. He is of Scots, Irish and English descent. One of his ancestors fought on the American side in the American Revolutionary War. In 1944, at the age of 2, McConnell's upper left leg was paralyzed by a polio attack. He received treatment at the Roosevelt Warm Springs Institute for Rehabilitation. The treatment potentially saved him from being disabled for the rest of his life. McConnell stated that his family almost went broke because of costs related to his illness. In 1950, when he was 8, McConnell moved with his family from Athens to Augusta, Georgia, where his father, who was in the army, was stationed at Fort Gordon. In 1956, his family moved to Louisville, Kentucky, where he attended DuPont Manual High School. McConnell was elected student council president at his high school during his junior year. He graduated Omicron Delta Kappa from the University of Louisville with a BA in political science. In 1964, he was president of the Student Council of the College of Arts and Sciences and a member of the Phi Kappa Tau fraternity. McConnell attended the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, where Martin Luther King Jr. gave the "I Have a Dream" speech. In 1964, at the age of 22, he attended civil rights rallies and interned with Senator John Sherman Cooper. He has stated his time with Cooper inspired him to run for the Senate later in life. In 1967, McConnell graduated from the University of Kentucky College of Law, where he was president of the Student Bar Association. In March 1967, shortly before the expiration of his educational draft deferment upon graduation from law school, McConnell enlisted in the U.S. Army Reserve as a private at Louisville, Kentucky. This was a coveted position because the reserve units were mostly kept out of combat during the Vietnam War. 11-12 His first day of training at Fort Knox, Kentucky, was July 9, 1967. 2 days after taking the bar exam. And his last day was August 15, 1967. Shortly after his arrival, he was diagnosed with optic neuritis and was deemed medically unfit for military service. After 5 weeks at Fort Knox, he was honorably discharged. His brief time in service has repeatedly been put at issue by his political opponents during his electoral campaigns. From 1968 to 1970, McConnell worked as an aide to Senator Marlo Cook in Washington, D.C., managing a legislative department consisting of 5 members as well as assisting with speech, writing and constituent services. In 1971, McConnell returned from Washington, D.C., to Louisville, where he worked for Tom Emberton's candidacy for governor of Kentucky, which was unsuccessful. McConnell attempted to run for a seat in the St.